Hi. Bet you weren't expecting this. You uploaded last week. Yeah, that's right, but I can't afford monthly videos anymore. And going on a tangent, I found out Stella J is a guy, and that guy is a genius scriptwriter. I enjoyed these videos more than some of Danny's. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Dude, we have to work together. I've seen 2 videos, but they are amazing. Like, they're wow. Anyway, Extra Human Devlog part. I don't know. That was slow. Last episode there, I said I'd do the Colosseum, and after I got feedback from my little brother on the fire raw thing, I got distracted completely on its effects and forgot about the Colosseum. So I needed to set up the trailer's second phase and follow trailer guy Derek Liu's advice, where second phase is peace times, so you can meet Reef and I can give a little exposition to your TikTok outed brains and set up the premise for the story. So after I positioned Reef in this little hammock over here that long time fans would remember, and then put in Logan that you'd remember from even longer ago, and yeah, she has a name now, and I just decided that she would be a she. She is your companion, like Clank to Ratchet, Jack to Daxter. Never mind, any kids watching won't know what those are. It's a companion character, don't worry about it. And she's Reef's first friend, so without giving away the secret source behind my word selection there, I left her without materials for a long time because of some growing problems you're going to find out later, probably in the game. But this is where some lore comes in. I had to do it. So I need to figure out who I want to voice Reef so I can get them in without a single dollar of income from me and get a nice display of Reef's past in the very first voice line. Or I spend I don't know how long trying to learn how to be a voice actor myself. Hey Matt, I challenge you, see if you can predict where the story's gonna go with this using my past videos up until I release the trailer. Heads up, there's gonna be a nice gap in actual Extra Human progress because after I release the trailer, until something starts happening, I will be continuing Extra Human devlogs even if I'm making small changes, and that was my point. Now, I'm gonna put myself in chains because I want you guys to keep me accountable. I'm gonna do some type of public appearance every week from now on is the plan. Because look at this with your eyes. Since I announced Extra Human trademark at the end of April this year, I've uploaded 5 videos related to Extra Human, and I can't afford to be Mark Robo of uploading once a month. So no wonder I haven't been growing. So with learning and getting back on track, before I had actually got feedback for the I worked on Logan materials. First I had the goal, and then I had the base, and then I made that ages ago without shave keys, and here's the current material. So let's get to work. I got the photo of the current material. Here's a recreated image from an eyewitness source. This bit was really just grunt work, painted crap out of crap, and I liked it. A time lapse would have worked really well here, but I don't exactly have tons of space on my phone, since social media and like one game is enough to make my phone screech and slowness literally half of the... Okay, a third of the space is default apps, and then the social media in one game, and that's enough to fill it? What? So yeah, no time lapse for me. Originally I actually made 2 materials for the growth thingy, but they were so similar that I went, haha, yep, don't need you. But I redid the big version into a lighter color while avoiding the other parts. Then only now am I realizing that the time I put into that would have been better off just redoing the material completely. But now I've learned from that, and I'm on to the more post-processing. to make the atmosphere even better. How many times have I said post-processing to make atmosphere better by now? And I gotta add some glue to the underwater fire because I got feedback in the middle of texturing, and now I have more stuff to do. So I was helping my dad for about 90% of about 3 days. So with an hour of spare time I had at the end of each of those days, I smashed my head against Unity, fighting to bend the thing to my will. And since I had one stack of PPFX, post-processing, no PP, you stinky littles over there, I see you, and needed to animate one singular effect when my boy goes "Rawr," while having a vignette on at the same time, since the PPFX and are apparently assets. And hold on, I just got word from a friend that the finished fire looks realistic. Amazing! That's the best compliment I can ever wish for, and I'm not even aiming for realism, which speaks to you how amazing that is. But since the PPFX are apparently non-animatable, says one guy in the Unity forums, I went on a pissed off spiral over 3 days, where I eventually started grunting in research frustration before realizing I haven't updated this script in a while, and realizing I need to let go of my problems. I actually had a little success over there as well, where I tediously made 2 sub cameras under my main camera and then moving it all around and ticking the do it check boxes until I found out what I was missing. Ow! Okay, try not to hit my fan next time. Oh wait, that's still gonna interrupt the audio. Okay, I think the fan or any audio would be okay. But after I found out what I was missing, I undid a whole bunch, then had a separate empty parent for all the cameras, and it worked. So then the 2 cameras were next to the main again. I tickled 6 boxes, see the vignette, glow, and normal camera working at the same time. Then 5 minutes later, after excitedly showing my dad, I realized the fog didn't work with the post-processing effects at all. And by then, I had fiddled with 3 different sliders for an hour and a half to change the camera order, and I couldn't figure out why Unity's post-processing effect is so prejudiced against Ace Roller's fog. He's a nice guy, I swear, stop bullying him. So now the problem is Ace Roller's fog omits transparent mesh because that's how Unity does it, and either there's no camera overlay option in the built-in render pipeline like there is in the Universal, or and I don't know how to push his effects script to render on a separate layer. So the post-processing stuff can stack on top of it. So let's see what I got with the days I have left. And what we got was mega annoyed trying to make a script that says when this camera changes the fog color, whatever else is active, you copy. And I couldn't figure out how to script it. So I moved on to another new idea, layering it on top of the parent of all the cameras again to pass with the post-processing, but after forgetting what I originally wanted, and this isn't even a joke, it just happened, and seeing that the layering didn't even work, I ditched it again, then scripted another thing trying to hard code the values, but it decided to just stop in the middle of me saying do in play mode. Eventually I pressed play and saw that the things wanted to access the script, but because I changed the script to hide the things that it was trying to access, it just stopped working completely. So I fixed it by still hiding it from the inspector, but allowing the components to still have access to it, which meant it didn't even matter what I just did, because the components themselves are still accessing the scripts, and yeah, jumbles. And then finally, I just slapped the component values onto the things themselves. So when it tried changing the things to a new thing, it would change it to the thing that it was already. And what I was trying to avoid originally with bloating it is just happening. Because, oh well. So I scrubbed through a timeline again, and for the first time I saw all the effects working together. And by now it was 2 AM and my battery on the laptop was about to die, so scripting even go night night. That took from 9 PM until now, minus 2 hours for charging, so it's 4 hours of work right there. And now I'm happy and can work on the Colosseum. How the fool am I gonna do vegetation? So I found an add-on called Bag of Pie. That name's gonna make me hungry soon. And the thing is amazing on its own, but what I'm interested in is its ivy generator, so I can just go and have vegetation on things that I want. So I could literally just scale an empty parent around the Colosseum, move it until I want, and yeah, this happened. This is what I got. But when I went to export it with the default settings from Blender, I went into Unity and nothing happened. Apparently the Ivy modifier, when applied in Blender, to as far as I know, it just disappears and I have no clue how to apply it. So now I have Ivy generation around the Colosseum and still need to make the secret lore store source stuff, but can't see how it's going to look in Unity because it doesn't export, and I can't find any videos anywhere on how to do this. Eventually I found an Alembic export suggestion, and if you remember the last video, but I tried it and Unity just straight up crashed. So I tried it again and again and again until I got success exporting just the Ivy mesh, and then it didn't appear. So after adding some videos to my watch later that I found, I went to go work out, and then shower, and then have lunch. And then with a nice block of ice to cool down, yum, I looked around with some Derek Liu videos playing in the background and found nothing. Then went over to the videos I added earlier and potential. One of them was using geometry nodes to create trees and plants, but with a completely different node type to what I saw and knew of was capable in the Unity version I had. So that video is dead to me. The second video was to literally go apply menu, make instance real, and export, and pow! There it is. Why did I make an underwater Colosseum overgrown with Ivy stuff and not do any wear and tear? Because history through environmental tools, storytelling. Look at me building intrigue. Now I think you can agree, the Colosseum looks pretty good now. So with the first stage of the cutscene looking good, the PP effects and raw done, then the second stage prepped, now it's up to preparing for dialogue. And I already have it scripted, I've got to do voice lines. And Logan looks weird. I mean, that's better, hehe. Now, I'm ignoring. Time for voice acting. I really need to get the timing right so I can get voice actors later without redoing the whole scene. So now, time to flex some voice acting skills. I thought I'd do a lot better in my head. I know what I want the characters to sound like. Trick is making my voice do the sounds. Who knew? Not knowing anything about voice acting means I can't voice act. Okay, that enough for the video. Scriptings. Woo! New video, done in a week. And now to show you the prototype voice acting.
You're like me. So you lost your mum and dad too? What's a mum and dad? They're the big people that tell you what to do. Oh, I'm Logan, and I'll call you Big Bro. My name's actually Reef, and I want to help people. It's my dream, because no one ever wanted me.